north. Jonathan, we know you're keen on Michael Gove's suggestion to move the House of Lords to Stoke-on-Trent while repair work is going on in Parliament. I promise that we are going to talk to you about that idea. But first, as you know, people are hurting. Inflation is now at 7%. The Bank of England say there's more pain on the way. They expect it to peak over 10% during the final quarter of the year. Things are going to get worse. The government needs to act.
Well, look, Gloria, when we heard the Governor of the Bank of England yesterday, I shared the same feeling as many of my constituents, which is that sinking in the stomach feeling. You know, it's not what you want to hear at the end of the day, that things are going to get tougher. I don't think the government has shied away from that fact, to be quite brutal, to be honest. This is, incredibly difficult time. As you say, with rising energy costs, rising food prices. I've got my inbox, with people who are concerned. I see people in my surgeries. You'll know this from your time as a Member of Parliament as well. So I do understand and empathise very sincerely with people about the challenges that they face. But the government has been acting. We've injected about £22 billion into the system, whether that's increasing the national living wage, rising the national insurance threshold from July, which will be about £330 a year. For over 70%, or about 70% of people who will therefore actually have a tax cut, even with the new health and social care levy in place. And in places like Stoke-on-Trent, where salaries are sadly still below national averages, that means that those people who are on those lower incomes are going to get that support. The universal credit taper rate cut as well, which is a tax cut for 2 million working families, £1,000 a year into their pockets. So, and then they had the 9.1 billion spent on energy, with £150 council tax rebate bans A to D properties. 94% of those are in Stoke-on-Trent, so that's a lot of people getting that help. And then the £200 smoothing rebate as well. So this is a government that has been acting, but it's also a government that's monitoring the situation closely and will take action if necessary, as it has done in the past with all the things I've outlined just now, but also with furlough, for example, during the COVID pandemic. So, I do have every faith in the Prime Minister and the Chancellor that when the big decisions are needed to be made, they'll come up trumps.